Well, hello, friends. It is your friend, CryptoFace, coming at you today. We finally just sat down in front of our computer. We can dig into the charts and see what we can come up with. Previously, on the CryptoFace channel, we followed this fractal. We had the snake eye 4-hour green dots come up, gave us a beautiful long entry, which we basically exited, at the top, close to the top, in the 10,150s and 30s. So congratulations again to everyone who was a part of that venture. That trade was entered publicly on our YouTube video or stream and closed publicly as well. And it was a nice fatty profit. Now, our original thoughts was that most likely the trend is we were going to come back down, and this would be another Swedish shuffle. And boy, what do you know? The Swedish shuffle strikes again. And we dump down into the channel. Now, I will admit this. Before I went to bed last night, I entered a small long, which I said it is small like 100 times to make sure that if anyone was going to follow me, it would be small, because in onshore times you have to know when to put the pedal to the metal. It is when you have a straightaway that you floor it. But if there's a bunch of hairpin turns and windy roads above, you're not going to be flooring it. You're going to have to use the brakes. So that being said, normally, at least with me, my first macro thought on the market tends to be correct more than the second one. And so this Swedish shuffle certainly played out thus far. Now, excluding the past, let's go ahead and fire back up from the beginning as if we are just brand new to the market today. Looking at the, we'll go to the weekly. Looking at the weekly. It's funny how we had this little turbulence indication, and now we're going through turbulence on market Cipher A. This weekly could be playing out. The weighted average is down. We see that the transaction flow came up, and well, what's happening now? Where's it at now on the weekly? It's still sneaking up. It's still sneaking up. What will it do next? We'll have to go to the next time frame. Now that we see on the 5-day, it was going up, but it's taken a turn. Very interesting. The head and shoulders looks like it played out as soon on the 5-day as it crossed. Bing, you had 1, 2 candles of confirmation before it started to move down. So technically we had 10 days to get in before a drop, or get out of a long, so to speak. Let's go to the 3-day. Looking at the 3-day, we have a extra turbulent indication with the red X right here. We see money flow still looks like it topped out, and it's kind of cruising sideways, slightly down. Our RSIs cruising down. Definitely going to keep my eye on this X to see if it turns into a blood diamond and fills. Our volume weighted average still on the downside. Let's go to the 2-day. On the 2-day, the momentum is still open. Still plenty of room to go down. This could be just the beginning of a fatty wave. Let's go to the daily. Looking at the daily, we are still just in a straight missile of transaction flow downwards. I mean, this wave opened up. It had obviously like a little break. This is the daily, right? Yeah, okay. We had a little daily break here that kind of caught up a little bit. Turbulence ahead, a little turbulence diamond. RSI's still going to the downside. Kind of looking bearish. Let's go to the next time frame on the 12-hour. So, transaction flow breached. Just breached. Remember, we say how bearish this is when we go from a big green wave entering into the red. It's most of the time very bloody. The 12-hour green dot here certainly played out. Now, what about this? What about this? We see that when we crossed, you know, this one was ugly. It's not that this indication was wrong. I mean, it went up maybe one little candle, but you have to identify your environment again. And this wave still ain't over. It's just peeking out again. You always got to look both ways before you cross the street. And so a 12-hour still shows overall kind of a bearish inclination. Or hopefully it's a setup for a long. We'll see. Yikes. Yikes. This is the first time in a long time a yellow X has popped up on the 8-hour. Now, technically, this isn't over yet, so this hasn't officially printed. So, what does this mean? Now, most of the time, we know that yellow X's end up being a dump, but occasionally, they end up being a big pump. The yellow X's simply mean that there is a manipulation play or plays that are happening by market movers, whether that be big whales, institutions, you name it. So this yellow X means that whales crossing. There are whales crossing. This might not be the best time for your average bloke, a guy like you, a guy like me, to be trying to make a move and predict what's going to happen next, because we are powerless compared to those above us. We must recognize our place in the food chain, that we are not the lions of the savannah. You know, they say the lions are the king of the jungle. Last time I checked, lions don't live in the jungle. They live in savannas. Tigers are the kings of the jungle. So next time someone says a lion's king of the jungle, I'll be like, what jungle? What jungle do lions live in? And that just goes to show that what we think or have thought that have been mainstream ideas that are accepted as truths, many of them are lies. So this is a warning sign to me that, hey, might want to step aside for a little bit, wait for some good confirmed indications to get back into a move. Let's go to the 6-hour. Little turbulence indication here. Again, things still looking bearish. You know, the transaction flow red. Potential. Yeah, there's always a potential we could form a trigger wave. We'll have to wait and see. Nothing telling me what I should do next. I don't know. Things are looking bearish. Let's go to the 4-hour. 4-hour, we know we had our snake eye green dots. We nailed that long. Boy, look at this blood diamond right here. We got a blood diamond that just printed on the 4-hour. Man. This could be a new downtrend. This could be what pushes us down. Let's go to the 3. We had a trigger wave to short on the 3-hour. That would have paid off nicely. Could pay off even more. Let's go to the 2 hour. The 2 hour, same thing. Trigger wave. Boom, to short. Would have been a nice one. Look, we're going deep into the red. On the hour, the core of what market Cipher was built around. Momentum wave looks like it's got plenty of room. VWAP oscillations are down. Transaction flow is skinny. Looks like it's getting beat down to the downside. RSIs even still have room to go down. Okay. Looking at the 45-minute. Same kind of thing. Now that we see that the transaction flow is actually into the red, right? So the 45-minute is giving us potentially a future indication of what the hour is going to do. Looks like it's going into the red. Let's go to the 30-minute. Looks like we had some jagged, these jagged waves. Still triggers technically, but doesn't look the best one. I mean, if you entered in here, actually still would have been healthily in the green. Going to the 15. I would be really careful. Let's say if this turns into a trigger wave, let's say, I probably wouldn't long it, given that given our environment, right? Pretty much every dang time frame higher is bearish, and so the trend is to the downside. And I'm gonna show you guys, we've been talking about the blue wave strategy with market Cipher, and I think it's time to unleash the next trading strategy that we use with market Cipher. And that strategy is, let's get rid of this. Let's go to the 2 hour. We are going to be using pivots. Many of you have been asking me, what these lines are, so it's time to answer this question. Change this around. So here we have pivot high and pivot low. And what this trading strategy with market Cipher is, let's actually go ahead and increase the thickness. There we go. And let's change the color. So with this strategy, what we are doing is first identifying the trend that we are in. If we, let's say we just got done from a high trend and we set a lower low and then a lower high, what we're going to be doing is shorting the tops when we touch the pivot point. So like right here, boom, we just had a big dump, but it's still not really confirmed. It could come back, boom, we dump again, right? So I would be looking to short probably the next time we touch the top pivot point, boom, right here. 11K, boom, nice short, right? Still in a macro down trend. This is still macro down. Boom, right here on the 2 hour, touch a pivot point. Price went down. Boom, right here, touch a pivot point. Boom, price went down. Boom, right here, touch a pivot point. Price went down. Boom, right here, touch a pivot point. Price going down. Okay, so again, you're going to go to these settings. You're looking at pivot high, pivot low. In a downtrend, you're going to want to keep the pivot high. In an uptrend, you're going to want to have pivot low. Let's go ahead and adjust these settings. Make it pewter yellow. So we're still on the 2 hour here. Let's go ahead and so let's say we set, you know, some higher highs, some higher lows, and we overall, you know, you zoom out and you see that, okay, well, we're in an uptrend, right? I'm going to have my pivot low point on, and I'm going to long when it touches the pivot lows. We're on the 2 hour right now, and you can adjust it. You can go to maybe a shorter time frame. You guys get the point. We're on a shorter time frame now. We're, you know, right here, we're in a down channel. Still looks like we're in a down channel. And so if it comes up and touches the pivot point, boom, short, boom, short. And then short the next time it hits a pivot point. So we haven't talked about it. But if you have Market Cipher, look into it. Make another trading account. If you're not comfortable with it yet, open up another account. You should already have 2 minimum. Do some paper trading, whatever you want to do. Test it out. I like using it on higher time frames. Not on the 5 minute. Not saying you can't use it on the 5 minute. But I'm just saying that generally you're going to get bigger and better results on higher time frames. This was a fractal I was looking at earlier today that we were repeating. Was kind of hoping that Bitcoin would take off a little bit. Hasn't. It still can. It still can. She could still technically go, but I'm kind of leaning away from it. And so I think that's all she wrote. This 8 hour yellow X, I am not in a rush. Oh, by the way, if I was going to trade, I'll tell you what I'd be trading off of. The 5 minute indications on Cipher A, the 1 minute indications. Oh, what do you know? Look at these beautiful 2 yellow X's. I'm telling you, when the whales are playing on the bigger time frames, today, when I have the time, I'm still swamped for the next good few days, guys. But the 1 minute, the 5 minute, looking for blood diamonds. Guys, look at this blood diamond. Beautiful. Golly, is that beautiful. I always regret going to sleep and being busy. We have some new profit log entries. We have a lot. Using Blockfolio to paper test trades so I get familiar with Market Cipher. So far, good results. If only I went in for real. This guy, Onigai Shamasu, this guy says he's scalping hard. Dang, look at him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 trades. He's made 1.27 Bitcoin. Scalping, telling you, scalping is where it's at, folks. Screw the big moves. Take the little wins, they add up. This guy says he's starting to get a grip on this. Day 2 with Market Cipher. I have had losses, but with y'all's help, I'm getting it back. First decent money trade after a couple practice runs. Market Cipher calls the bottoms. This guy made 2.2 Bitcoin today. Way to go. Sudi, 128%. It's the best when you wake up and you're still in profit. Whale Crew call. Way to go, bro. This guy, Ian Shortall, not the biggest profits, but 8 in a row. This guy's had 8 trades in a row. Come on. Got PC problems. I don't know how much it is, but it looks green. Way to go. Choco Loco, way to go. Let's see if we got any new testimonials. Ooh, I love seeing the first trade with Market Ciphers. Come on. Oh, man. So what's wrong with Discord? There we go, baby. First trade, Market Cipher. It looks like he paid for Market Cipher over like 10 times over. 8 to 10 times over. Just with his first trade. Let's show this picture one more time. I love this picture. Very good. Guy's mom sewing and sewing the market with Market Cipher. What day is it today? Thursday. Wow. Okay, so hey, we got 2 days left for the Market Cipher special, and then it's going away. I don't know what you're going to be doing. I'm still busy as heck. But for me, I'm looking at the 1 minute, looking at the 5 minute indications. Not that I'm ignoring the other time frames, but if I'm right now, I'm looking to get in, get out of positions. I'm getting in, I'm getting out. Hopefully I didn't miss out. This is beautiful right here. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. These 1 minute yellow X's. God, those are beautiful. Show me another indicator that's like, warning, warning. Shit's probably going to hit the fan. Bang. This 8-hour yellow X, it's a little suspicious. This is suspicious. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. This could be it. This could be it, folks. This could be the time where we plunge. Oh, look, it's the Swedish Shuffle. I forgot. The Swedish Shuffle is here. It's here. It's going to plunge down to this channel. 7,500. And this was going to be the indication that said it's telling us before it happens. Exciting times. Don't get yourself screwed. Don't gamble what you can't afford to lose. Don't gamble the money you've made from home run or grand slam trades. See you guys on the flip side.